Everyone knew Ava Ross as the girl who barely spoke. With her head always down, hidden behind a curtain of chestnut-brown hair and oversized glasses, she was invisible to most. In a noisy world of popularity contests, social media cliques, and hallway kings and queens, Ava was background noise. That is, until the day she was called to the front of the class, not by the teacher, but by the meanest girls in school. It was supposed to be just another Tuesday in room 104, a stuffy English classroom with flickering fluorescent lights and desks carved with graffiti from bored students past. The lesson hadn't even started when Amber, the self-appointed queen bee, clapped her perfectly manicured hands and said with mock excitement, "Class, we have a new class pet." Ava's volunteered. Everyone turned. Ava froze. "No," she said softly, barely audible. Amber's voice sliced through the classroom air. "Oh, come on, it's just for fun. You get to be on all fours, crawl around, bark a little. Show some spirit. Unless, you're too good for us." The class snickered. Even Mr. Thomas, the teacher, gave a half-hearted, "Let's not do this," before looking back down at his phone. He was known for avoiding conflict, especially when it involved the more popular students. Ava's eyes darted to the door, then to the ground. Her stomach churned. Her hands trembled. She could feel the laughter closing in, like walls shrinking around her. Amber walked over and gently tugged at Ava's sleeve. "Come on, little mutt," she cooed, her voice syrupy and cruel. "Do a trick for us." The classroom erupted in laughter. Ava stepped forward. She knelt. Her palms hit the floor. And she barked. The room roared. Phones came out. Snapchat stories lit up. Laughter turned into mocking howls. Ava, the quiet girl, the girl no one noticed, was now the show. A human pet, playing a part forced on her. But as Ava lifted her head, something changed. Her eyes didn't carry humiliation. They burned with something else, intensity. A calm calculation. Because this wasn't just cruelty. It was opportunity. You see, Ava Ross had spent most of her life being ignored, underestimated, and overlooked. But what they didn't know, what no one bothered to learn, was that Ava was brilliant. Not the kind of brilliance that gets trophies or mathlete pins, but the quiet, observant kind. The kind that watches everything. Every word. Every gesture. Every weakness. Ava got up slowly. Still on all fours, still, playing the part. But she made eye contact with Amber. A long, lingering stare. Then she rolled over dramatically, wagged her tail, and barked again, this time louder. More exaggerated. The class howled. But Ava wasn't humiliated anymore. She was performing. And they were feeding it. "Good girl." Amber laughed. Ava crawled up to Amber and licked her shoe. The class lost it. Then Ava whispered, just loud enough for Amber to hear, "I'm so glad you like this. You should see what's coming next." Amber blinked. Confused. For a second, it didn't register. Then Ava stood up. Calmly brushed her skirt. Walked to her backpack. And pulled out a small, black USB drive. "I've got something to share too," she said, voice louder now, unwavering. Amber paled. "What?" "Let's just say I've been collecting moments. For a while." A few clicks, and Ava's laptop was mirrored to the classroom projector. The laughter died. On the screen, a hidden folder opened. Inside were videos. Videos of Amber. And not just Amber, her whole clique. Every cruel prank, every whispered insult, every shove in the hallway, every time they humiliated someone and laughed about it later. All time-stamped. All organized. Gasps filled the room. Amber stepped forward. "Turn it off." But Ava held up her phone, already live-streaming the whole thing to the school's online forum. "You wanted a show," Ava said softly. "Let's finish it." What followed was 10 minutes of absolute silence. No one laughed now. The screen showed Amber pouring glue into a girl's locker. Tripping a new kid. Sending mocking texts. In one clip, she bragged about how teachers never suspected her because she cried pretty. By the time Mr. Thomas rushed over to shut the laptop, it was too late. The damage was done. The whole school had seen it. Amber stood frozen. Her power dissolved in real time. Her friends scattered like rats leaving a sinking ship. And Ava. She calmly packed her things and walked out. No applause. No victory dance. Just quiet strength. Over the next few days, things changed. Teachers called Amber and her clique into the office. Apologies were demanded. Detentions were handed out. Amber's reputation shattered. But the real change was more subtle. People started saying hi to Ava. Some just nodded in respect. Others sat next to her in class. One girl even asked if she wanted to hang out after school. Ava didn't become popular. She became powerful in a different way. No longer invisible. No longer the background. She had turned her pain into power. Her silence into strategy. Because while they thought they were breaking her, she was studying them. They wanted her to play a pet. But she was the one who set the trap. And they walked right into it. The message? Never underestimate the quiet ones. Behind every silence could be a storm waiting to rise. Ava didn't fight back with fists or cruel words, she fought back with truth, with strategy, with brilliance. In a world that rewards loudness, she showed that quiet strength can be the most dangerous kind of power. And to anyone who's ever been made to feel small,